Have you ever stopped to think about the incredible journey the car has taken? Welcome back to Yatharth Television. Just over a century ago, the fastest way to get around involved an actual horse. Today we have electric hypercars that can silently sprint from 0 to 60 faster than you can say ludicrous mode. It's a story of human ingenuity, ambition, and a relentless quest for speed and freedom. So, buckle up as we take a ride through time. From the clunky contraptions of the late 1800s to the technological marvels parked in our driveways and dreamed of on posters, this is the remarkable evolution of the automobile. It all started not with a roar, but with a sputter. In 1886, Carl Benz patented his motorwagon, a three-wheeled vehicle that's widely considered the first true automobile. It had a single-cylinder engine that produced less than 1 horsepower. Imagine that. Your lawnmower probably has more power. Early cars were expensive, unreliable, and seen more as novelties for the wealthy than practical transportation. They were loud, smelly, and often broke down, requiring the driver to be a mechanic. The roads weren't paved, and a simple trip to the next town was a major adventure. These weren't just vehicles, they were statements of a future that most people couldn't even imagine yet. Then came the man who put the world on wheels, Henry Ford. His revolutionary idea wasn't just about building a car, but about how to build it. The introduction of the moving assembly line in 1913 was a game-changer. It dramatically slashed production time and costs, making the Model T affordable for the average American family. The Tin Lizzie, as it was nicknamed, was simple, durable, and easy to repair. It wasn't just a machine, it was a key to personal freedom. For the first time, people could live farther from their workplaces, visit distant relatives, and explore the country on their own terms. The automobile started to reshape society itself, leading to the creation of suburbs, gas stations, and the entire concept of the road trip. As cars became more common, they also became more stylish and diverse. The post-war era of the 50s and 60s was a golden age of automotive design. Think of the chrome, the tail fins, and the vibrant colors. This was the birth of car culture. Cars became symbols of status, personality, and rebellion. The American muscle car roared onto the scene with legendary names like the Ford Mustang, Chevrolet Camaro, and Dodge Charger. It was all about big V8 engines and pure straight-line power. Across the Atlantic, European manufacturers were focusing on precision engineering and handling, giving us sleek sports cars from brands like Ferrari, Porsche, and Jaguar. The car was no longer just for getting from A to B. It was an experience, an art form, a passion. The latter part of the 20th century brought new challenges and innovations. The oil crises of the 1970s forced manufacturers to focus on fuel efficiency, leading to smaller, more practical cars. Safety became a huge priority, with the introduction of airbags, anti-lock brakes, and crumple zones that we now take for granted. And then, computers entered the picture. Engine management systems, electronic fuel injection, and onboard diagnostics made cars more reliable, cleaner, and more powerful than ever before. This digital revolution paved the way for the incredible machines we see today. Which brings us to the present, an era of mind-bending performance and technological disruption. We're reliving in the age of the hypercar multi-million-dollar works of art like the Bugatti Chiron and the Koenigsegg Jetsko, pushing the boundaries of physics with 1,000-plus horsepower engines and top speeds exceeding 300 miles per hour. At the same time, the electric revolution is completely rewriting the rulebook. Companies like Tesla have shown that electric cars can be incredibly fast, practical, and desirable, challenging a century of gasoline dominance. We now have electric hypercars, family SUVs that can out-accelerate supercars, and the very real prospect of fully autonomous vehicles just around the corner. From a single horsepower 2000s, from a hand-cranked engine to a silent electric motor, the automobile's journey is a reflection of our own progress. It's a story of constant innovation, shaping our world in ways its creators could never have foreseen. What's next? Flying cars? Instant teleportation? Who knows? But one thing is for sure, the ride is far from over. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey through automotive history, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more. See you in the next one. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're retaking a deep dive into something most of us use every single day, but maybe do you ain't think much about: the car. We're going on an epic journey from the very first clunky contraptions to the mind-blowing hypercars of today. It's a story of innovation, speed, and how a single invention completely reshaped our world. So, where did it all begin? Let's rewind the clock to 1886. Imagine a world without highways, gas stations, or even traffic lights. In Germany, a man named Carl Benz patents his Benz patent motorwagen. This three-wheeled machine is widely considered the first true automobile. With a single-cylinder engine producing less than 1 horsepower, it was slower than a horse-drawn carriage. But it was revolutionary. For the first time, personal transportation didn't rely on animal power. This wasn't just a new machine. It was the dawn of a new era of freedom and mobility. Fast forward to the early 20th century, and another visionary enters the scene: Henry Ford. While he didn't invent the car, he did something just as important: he made it accessible to the masses. In 1908, Ford introduced the Model T, but his real genius was the moving assembly line, a manufacturing process that drastically cut down production time and cost. Suddenly, owning a car wasn't just a dream for the wealthy. The Model T put America, and eventually the world, on wheels, leading to the creation of suburbs, road trips, and a whole new sense of personal freedom. The mid-20th century was the golden age of automotive design. Cars became more than just transportation. They became symbols of style, status, and personality. Think of the sleek, chrome-laden beauties of the 1950s, with their iconic tail fins and powerful V8 engines. This era was all about muscle and swagger. Then came the 60s and 70s, which gave us legendary muscle cars like the Ford Mustang and Chevrolet Camaro. These cars weren't just fast, they captured the rebellious spirit of a generation and became cultural icons that are still celebrated today. As we moved into the late 20th and early 21st centuries, the focus shifted. Safety and efficiency became just as important as speed and style. Innovations like airbags, anti-lock brakes, and crumple zones became standard, making our cars safer than ever before. We also saw the rise of Japanese automakers, who introduced reliable and fuel-efficient vehicles that challenged the established giants. This period was all about making cars smarter, safer, and more practical for everyday life, setting the stage for the next big leap. And that brings us to today, the age of hypercars and electric revolution. We're living in a time of incredible technological advancement. Companies like Tesla have completely changed the game, proving that electric cars can be not only eco-friendly but also incredibly fast and desirable. At the same time, we have hypercars like the Bugatti Chiron or the Koenigsegg Jesko, pushing the boundaries of engineering to achieve speeds and performance that were once pure science fiction. These machines are masterpieces of aerodynamics, material science, and raw power. From Carl Benz's S3-wheeled invention, chugging along at a few miles per hour, to electric vehicles that can accelerate in silence and hypercars that break sound barriers, the evolution of the automobile is nothing short of remarkable. It's a story about human ingenuity and our relentless pursuit of progress. What do you think the next chapter will hold? Flying cars? Fully autonomous vehicles? Let me know your predictions in the comments below. Thanks for joining me on this ride through automotive history. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next adventure. See you in the next one.